Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to start off in my bathroom with my bare skin. Yep, my bare skin. And I am going to talk to you about what I do to prep and prime my face. And that really includes having a great regimen that you can use morning and night. It really becomes a habit that your skin will love and one that you'll find you can't do without. Some of the products that I love to prep my skin with are NARS, Cicapair, Dr. Jart, Guerlain, and a few more favorites. So I hope you'll stick around and I'll take you basically step by step in what I do to get my skin prepped. Today I thought what I would do is talk to you about prepping and priming your skin. I posted a video on 10 plus 1 products that I use to do a full face makeup look, and now I want to talk to you about what I do to prepare my skin, how I take care of prepping and priming my skin, because I think first and foremost the most important thing you can do for your skin is not to go out there and find the best coverage you can get from a foundation or a BB cream, but what you can do to always prep and take care of your skin. So I'm in my bathroom this morning for the start of this, and I'll just talk to you about what I do to prep my skin. Start a habit of taking care of your skin, and that to me means washing, toning, moisturizing. Then, especially the daytime, following up with some sort of sunscreen. There's a lot of products that are out there that sunscreens are already in the moisturizers. There's just separate sunscreens you can wear, but it's a very important part of being able to keep your skin protected from the sun and other environmental things that we come across. I mean, just because the sun isn't quite shining and it could be an overcast day, there are still effects that can actually damage your skin. So you always want to make sure that you are protecting your skin. And there's so many face washes, so many toners. There's just so much that you can choose from. You need to study your skin. You need to get to know your skin. You need to figure out, am I dry? Am I oily? Am I combo? And I think the tone of our skin changes all the time. I mean, I by nature have oily skin, so I deal with that a lot, but I also go through seasons where my skin's a little bit drier, and maybe it's just my T-zone area. So this is basically my skin from waking up in the morning, and as you can see, I am oily. I have a system that I use. It happens to be Rodan and Fields, and I'm using the reverse system. That system actually is comprised of a face wash, a toner, and then it also has a retinol base in it, so that I'm mixing retinol with vitamin C as my moisturizer. And of course, then step 4 is to follow with a sunscreen. The sunscreen that I'm using is SPF 50. So I'm going to start there with just washing my face. Also, I want to say, as far as prepping skin and prepping our face, it's really important after to follow up with eye cream. I wish eye cream would have been something that I was talked to about when I was younger, because as you're younger you never see those fine lines, and all of a sudden they start creeping up on you, and then you start to be concerned about them. And this skin tissue here is so thin and so sensitive, and that's really where you show a lot of your ages. And it looks like today I'm packing some bags. So I have a couple of eye treatments that I do every morning and every night, so that's very much a part of my regimen. And you know, if you get into the habit of really taking care of your skin, it becomes just that, a habit. You get to a point where you can't even consider going to bed makeup on. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to warm the water up a little. So I'm using Reverse, which consists of a face wash, and it's just a very mild exfoliant in it. It feels really, really good. It has a nice scent to it, so that's also important. Whatever you're using on your face, if you're going to pick something that has a very strong, harsh smell to it and you don't like the feel of it, then chances are you're not going to stick with that as part of your regimen. So figure out what it is that you want to use. And so I'm going to go ahead here and wet my face and just get started. What I do is I just lightly with the wet my skin, put about a quarter size amount, and I rub it all in. Now I like to, even though my skin is clean from the night before, I really like to massage gently this exfoliant in, because I think while doing that, it's really giving you a nice little, what I consider a nice little mini facial cleansing. I can feel those fine, fine grains of the exfoliant in the wash, and it has a pleasant scent to it. And I just kind of go around and do this in my neck, or anywhere, I don't know, so I just feel like I really exercise my face and just wanting to wake up. I try to keep the water at this point when I'm rinsing, not cold, but cool. I always keep the top close by so I don't drip water everywhere. And then I like to pat dry, and as I'm patting dry, actually pushing my skin upward. And then I just keep my skin somewhat damp. My second step is to follow with a toner. This particular toner comes with this regimen, but like I said, you can find a face wash that's suitable for your skin, whatever it is that you need to work on, and then use a toner. Now the toner balances your skin. This is one of I think one of the steps that's just like so important. And always remember to bring it down on your neck. And what this toner also does is it picks up any type of skin oils or dead skin cells that are on. And as you can see, I've washed my face. I cleansed it really good. And this discoloration really is old skin cells that's coming off, and maybe even a little bit of makeup that I might not have gotten from the night before down in my neck area. So toner, super important part of your skin regimen. Step number 3 for me happens to be, in this case, the regimen I'm using, combination of retinol and vitamin C. Whatever moisturizer you're using, this would be the time that you would use it. And what I like to do is I just like to fan my face, make sure that it's nice and dry. And as you can see, I have a lot of pink and red undertones in my skin. And of course it comes out a lot more because I've just washed my face. But this is the point where I am putting on this moisturizer. It's the retinol and the vitamin C. And then I just rub these two together and with my fingertips, and I basically get my whole face and neck covered. Like this. This feels so good after toning your skin. It just feels soothing, and I won't leave all of that on my skin. I actually just rub it up. And already you have that nice sense, that nice feeling of clean. And it smells good too. Next is my step for my SPF, and this is a broad spectrum 50, and I make sure I hit those areas, especially where I see those sunspots. I just, give my skin a minute for it to absorb in. And at this point, what I like to do is really examine my skin. Now, I'm just showing you my skin in the raw, and I like to look at, how are my sunspots doing? Where do I notice I need some more exfoliating? Are my pores looking clogged? Is it time for me to do a facial to work on my pores? I like to make sure that, okay, how are my eyes doing in that very sensitive skin area? And just I examine my skin at this point. And then what I do is I use 2 different products for my eyes. And one is called Bright Eyes, and that really works on, let me tell you how important this step is. Really works on those dark circles. Now again, I'm at the bottom of my tube. As you can see, I cut it so that I can get all of that product that's just sitting at the bottom that you can't squeeze out. I'm pretty much done with that. And I just tap this product on. This works to brighten up that under eye area. I do this every morning and every night. I also do just a little right here because as you get older, your eyelids do tend to change colors. And I just tap that in. I give it just a few minutes just to settle in, a few seconds or so. And then I follow with what I use as my eye cream. I can't stress enough this step. Now, my eyes have had a huge improvement, and I mean, we're talking a scant amount. And what I do is just go under my eye area, right over, I'm using a different finger too, the area that I put the Bright Eyes on, and just tap this in. Find something that is suitable for you. Don't wait until you're 30, 40, 50 to do it. Preventative. Start it at your young age, in your 20s. You're wearing makeup, you're wearing full face coverage, start it. So guys, I think that kind of covers what I do to prep my skin for washing. And this is my system that I use. Find one that's good for your skin, and once you find it, use it, make it routine, make it become a habit. Morning and night, your skin will thank you for it. So now I'm going to step into my little get ready room, and then I'll show you how I prime my skin. This is the first thing I will do, is assess my skin. And I'm looking at my skin today, and I can tell the tone of my skin really is a little bit on the redder side. This is a little bit more red or pinky tone than normal. I like to check the sunspots that hit my areas in this area, just so I know what my cover-up is. But first things first, what I like to do to prep my skin. Now, what I didn't show you is a lot of times when I brush my teeth, I also use an exfoliant on my lips and scrub away all of the excess dead skin cells there. But when I sit down, I put one of my favorite glosses on, and this is Fresh Sugar, and this happens to be in the lip caramel, and it's a hydrating balm. And that's what I do when I start out my prepping of my skin. So now that I've looked and assessed my skin, it doesn't feel, it feels like everything's kind of settled in, and I got rid of a lot of that tackiness from the sunscreen product. It's dried, and I have a little fan in my on my vanity desk, and it just kind of helps sort of dry the skin area. I'm using Cicapair. I've talked about this, Dr. Jart. This is a new product for me, And this really, it goes on green. I'm showing you this. And it says to apply liberally, so that's what I do. And this will not dry green. It'll actually change to a color tone that settles on your skin and cuts that redness down. And then, as you can see, this really blends into your skin and it evens out your skin tone and just kind of calms things down. So I think it's pretty obvious that it's already starting to calm down that tone of pinky red. Still have it, but it does a great job of evening your skin out. Now, my skin tone today, as you saw, was really on that pinky red side. If it's not so bad, I may use just a little bit of this, and sometimes I will follow it with my favorite primer, which is the Hourglass Mineral Veil. Today I'm not going to, because I applied quite a bit of this, and this also has an added SPF in it. But I love the way my foundation goes on with this, and this actually does a great job of blurring that those lines and stuff. So now at this point, what I like to do is prime my lids, and right now I am pretty much at the end of Bare Minerals. I like this primer. I'm going to go ahead and use it today. It's really been super nice, and it does what it says it's going to do. It does have a little bit of a silicone-y feel when it first goes on, but then it dries to where it has that, it's not sticky, but it definitely dries to where you can feel that tackiness. And so I do like this, and I probably would repurchase this particular product again. This is an important step to prime your eyelids, because people just think of their face if they have oily skin. Maybe it's just the T-zone area, maybe they're combo dry and oily, maybe they're full oil. And a lot of times people just don't think that the breakdown of their eyeshadow or the separation or the creases that they get is because their eyelids are oily, and it's exactly it. So prime your eyelids. Now this is already quickly dried, and I can feel that it has that tackiness to it, so I'm good for there. Also, under my eyes, I like to use this Guerlain. I've been using this for a while. A little bit goes a very long way, that little dot right there. And what I do is just concentrate on this area here where those dark circles, and you could see that little bit what it did. Now I have my so this is a Sonia Kashuk sponge, and I did wet it before I came in here, and then what I usually let this set on my eyes just for a minute or so, if that. Get some of my other stuff ready, and I just kind of tap it in. Now this is not a highlighter. I use this as a primer to kind of get rid of some of those dark circles. And usually I use a smaller sponge for this part, but now at this point what I will do, I'm using the NARS concealer, and this one is the, sorry I do this all the time, but when you wear glasses. This is the, it's light creme brulee, and it's the complete concealer. Love this concealer. Now, I do this at this stage when I'm priming. I do it again after my foundation if I need a touch up. I have allergies, so my makeup tends to wear down really bad in this area. So what I like to do is start my concealing and even calm that red area of my skin down there to start with. Now, yes, as you put foundation on, it moves, so I might have to retouch it. And I can see some of those sunspots there, and I really have a really tough issue right through here, but they have faded enormously since last year. And but I still like to just tap and cover up. This is all just prepping. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit because I got a little bit of redness here. I don't do it, I just do it very lightly because I'm not trying to, you know, wear it out. I'm just trying to gently conceal those areas before I apply my foundation. So today I think what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face, I'm going to go ahead and use my BB Cream Light. I'm going to follow it up by setting with my Mineral Veil powder, and this also cuts down on red, and I'll be back. Also, let me just mention before I do that, this is how I prep my eyebrows. I just take my spoolie. I think this is an important step in prepping. Brush your eyebrows, you know, brush them up. Mine aren't very long or bushy because I've had my eyebrows microbladed, but I just like to get the hairs that are there just all in the same place because it makes application a lot easier. So I'll be back and show you the final look. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm finished. What I did today is really a bad allergy day because my nose has just been running like crazy, but I did exactly what I said. I used I already put it away, and that's always a good thing. Today I used the Clinique BB Cream Acne Solution. Love this stuff. I love it for light makeup days. I have an itch, sorry. So I used that, and then after I applied that, I went back in with my NARS concealer and just tapped up a little bit in this area because I've already sneezed like 25 times and had to blow my nose. And then today was kind of like a little bit of a Tarte day. I do want to show you something that I received a gift certificate for Mother's Day, and so one of the purchases I made is this Park Avenue Princess, and I haven't even showed it yet, by Tarte, but oh boy, is this a beautiful contour highlighting palette, eyeshadow, whatever. It's gorgeous. And so I think I'll do a tutorial on some Tarte products that I have, and I'll show you the use of this. This is really, really nice. So that was kind of a nice way to use my gift card. And then for my blush, I went ahead with my older Tarte palette that I have here. I think I got this probably over a year ago, but these are all blushes, and I just kind of do a mix, and so I got a little bit of peachy pink going on, and so I went ahead and thought, okay, I'll just do my blush with that, and then I did my eyes with Tarte, and this is the She Dreamed, She Believed, and She Succeeded palette. I've used this quite a bit. This is really a pretty blush just alone by itself. And I have the shadows on. I have the colors of Rise and Shine, and then in the crease, Rosy Outlook. So this, again, a pretty palette. So today is just kind of all Tarte day. Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz on my eyes. MAC Mascara Upward.
I think it's called Upward Lash by MAC, yes. And then I have this Sapphire eyeliner on. And, on my lips, I haven't done that yet. I just had my Fresh on, but I think I'm just going to put some lip balm on. Oh, this is good. Love that. And so that's it. And then when I finished, the powder I used to set, because I used my Mineral Veil. This also has SPF in it and cuts down on redness, and I think you can see that there is a big difference in how much of that red I have been able to hide through. And I finished my look with my Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder. Love this stuff. And I use the Radiant Rose just as a little bit of a highlighter through this area. I set under my eye the powder with this Princess palette, this Park Avenue Princess palette, and I then used the Glam Glow Glow Setter spray to set everything. And I'm going to go ahead and spray this for you. Again, it is so refreshing. It smells like a tropical coconut area, and it's a very light spray. It doesn't come out and blast you. And I really rely on a great setting spray, especially in the hot, humid weather, because I really feel like it keeps my makeup set. So I don't have my glasses in here. They're in the bathroom. But until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video on how to prep and prime your skin. And until next time, be kind, be humble, and age gracefully. Bye.